And welcome to game number 1 of the finals. We're looking at Team YP versus the Hunter team. Team YP Hunter team versus the monster of JSMS, aka Deanimate, who's going to be on... I don't know what he's going to be on. We're going to find out in just a minute. We are looking at an Abe Torvald picks so far being confirmed. And we have a Val Sunny being picked as well. Okay, so we have Val Sunny, Abe Torvald, which means we're going to have quick switch, mortars, stasis grenades. We're going to have jetpack boosters and tranks being thrown all day, every day. And we're looking at Deanimate, who's of course going to be going on Goliath. The one, the only, the Rock Heavy, the Hurricane, the Stampeder, the Mad Cow. Well, Mad Cow's someone else, but we're looking at him going in on Distillery, which is a map that he knows exceptionally well. But it really comes down to what we see right now, where I think he's just deciding what perk he wants to go, as that's all we're waiting on right now. Going into this game now, we see JSMS did a 4-0 on their side in the semifinals, and Team YP did a 4-0 on their side in the semifinals. So we're looking at two teams, two titans of the current age, as JSMS has been rising through the ranks in previous weeks, coming through, beating teams such as NDG to get themselves to this position. Which these teams are no joke that they are climbing through. So Deanimate earning his stripes, and his Hunter team and JSMS earning their stripes as well. Because they're coming in and they're saying, hey, we can be a contender. We can come in brawling, ready to fight, throwing fists left, right, and center. Deanimate does have another 12 seconds to finish his pick choice. Sorry, his perk choice. So Alright, Nightwing just communicating with them that they want to be able to communicate and then be like, hey, here's your pick time, man. It's gonna be good. And yeah, that's all that was. So they're just saying, good luck, have fun. Everyone's getting started, going into this game. And of course, it is again Deanimate playing for JSMS, aka a million meows among the clouds. Not Muse, as I previously say, but I do prefer Muse, but it's his name. I'll let him make the choice. But we are looking at the YP Hunters, so we have JSMS versus YP. aka Jamais sans mon saucisson, which I believe I go nowhere without my sausage, or I like my sausage, or something like that. I'm really bad at French, but it's something along those lines. Deanimate, of course, going with the standard route where you leap towards the bridge. However, he's going to change it up. He's going to stealth through River. River, of course, doesn't leave tracks, but that area that he continued stealthing in does leave a track if you do not stealth through it, because the water is shallow enough. So he's going to go through. He's going to pick up 4 meats here, which is a good start to his feeding. And he's going to be looking to get it up. He is covered, so he's not going to have to worry about birds in this position. Steam It On, though, was anchored, so he's going to be revealed on that. If they look up and they see the steam cloud, they do see the but do they see the cloud off in the distance? That's the question right now. And Nightwing and Savvy already going down to the southern point, and Deanimate is up in the northern section, up in caves, getting a pretty good distance off of that stealth start. As we did see yesterday at the TGL, just the power of a stealth start and how effective it can be. We're seeing that, you know, it's coming into effect today. He's got a little protein bar right there. Another 4 meats coming out here. Let's take a look at where Spanners is. Spanners is kind of close to him. It's between him and Rune in regards to who's the closest. And Rune is actually within 70. Yeah, pings are coming out now. We just saw 3 there. He heard him in the caves, is burning away with fire. Rune right now ready to engage and ready to fight, but he is extremely far away from his team as his teammates are coming up to him now. As we're looking at Deanimate right now in the caves, just kind of going through, getting any meat he can. He's almost full on the Evolve meter. He's looking to pick up. He's got another 5 meats here, so that should definitely fill up the Evolve meter, making him ready to fight and also ready to stage up. But he gets interrupted immediately by Spanners, which means that he's not going to be able to stage up. So let's keep going. Let's keep leaping around, doing what we can, going right past the Crowbill Sloth. That's right, that's a Crowbill Sloth. As we're going through Reaver packs there. Let's see, what do we get? And that was a Mammoth Bird. More of these pings coming out right now. Spanners is just in hot pursuit. But just while they're in pursuit, let's take a look at the skill build. We're looking at a 1 leap, 1 fire breath, 1 charge, which is high map traversal with a good farming potential. A great overall build for Goliath for those of you that are looking for something new to do in your pubs. And if we look at the perks, right as we're going to the dome, we have boost speed going on to Deanimate. We have damage reduction on Val, jetpack recharge on Sunny, and we have a quick switch on A, which means we'll be able to get those stasis out a lot quicker, which is what we're seeing here as they're just being flown about. And we see capacity on Torvald, which of course is pretty standard because it gives him extra mortars. Deanimate just looking to mitigate right now as he's getting punched by a Reaver, just sitting on the low ground, getting stasis grenaded. He's be looking to get himself back down on the low ground here, trying to get through that cave, but he's not quite able to fit. And he's looking at Savvy, who's actually been dropping down. And if they're on full offense right now, markers everywhere. That's 4 Val shots going in. Going to be looking to get some meats out in the open, not quite able to get it. And he's just going to be mitigating at this point. He's looking to just trying to survive this dome and take as little health damage as possible. YP are known for being able to kill stage 1 monsters if you do not mitigate in your first dome. If you don't mitigate, then you're going to get caught and you're going to take damage. So he's just going to charge, fall down to the low ground here, and mitigate back around this corner and grab an armor when he can. However, Rune's in a great position to interrupt and make sure he's not able to grab it by staying over on this side, covering that section, while his teammates deal damage on that portion. Now, Deanimate is actually almost at about half HP. He's about a little over half a bar left until he's at that point. He's going to keep pushing up towards caves. He's going to evolve inside the caves, if I had to guess. He's going to keep going that way. So we're going to keep going this way and just keep going to the caves, get himself a stage up. We're going to see what he chooses for his skills. He does currently have 1-1-1, and he's probably going to go with either a 3 rock or what we saw him go recently, which was a finish leap and get an extra point in flame breath, which is something that we're starting to see a lot more recently with the recent changes in the patches. So what are we going to see? No, we're going to see a 1 rock and 3 leap smash, which again, every time I've said that build before, every time I say it, they don't do it. This time I don't say it, and of course they do it. So, sometimes you just can't win. You just can't win. As we're looking at it right now, they're in a great position right down the middle, trying to cover it so that he can't traverse away, but Dome is actually still on cooldown as they're just pushing Trapper forward as it's just about to come off cooldown. He's going to throw it as soon as he gets into position, looking for it. He's at 50 meters. It's just about to come off cooldown. It's off cooldown now as he just barely got through there at 70 meters, making it so the Trapper could not throw the Dome without throwing the game. So we're going in, and Deanimate right now is at 60 meters, looking to get some extra meats on, trying to get full armor. He'll be getting spotted in a minute because he did just eat something that revealed his distance, so Nightwayne will have a reveal on his measurement stick because it does tell him exactly how far it is, which is the reticle that you see right there. It reveals the exact distance that he is, so they know exactly how far away he is at any point in time, so they know when they can and when they can't dump. Nightwayne, of course, getting pushed even further forward, just trying to get within dome distance, but not quite able to get it. Deanimate almost at full armor, working on his evolve meter, almost there, just getting closer and closer. Gets quickly interrupted though as he gets domed in now. So now we have a dome with a good little cubby back here for him to be able to protect himself and mitigate damage if he so chooses. Otherwise, it looks like he's actually going to be going into engage. Flame breath coming in, rocket he picked up, gets tossed at the shield drone. Maybe looking for that, and here we go. We got the punches. He's at half HP on Spanners. Spanners is going up on the high ground, going to be using the building. Savvy going to be quick on the heal burst, going to be able to bring Spanners back up to half. We have Deanimate getting shot in the back. Leap smash connects on 2. We have Nightwing getting shocked by Mammoth Bird into a rock throw, putting him down on the ground. Mammoth Bird's OP, and Spanners right now is exceptionally low. However, Deanimate's running out of armor. Going to take the free strike and leave before he gets more health damage. He has already lost 2 bars of health, doesn't want to lose anymore, looking to get some space at this point. He'll be getting some more armor. He'll be going up north, finishing up his armor meter, and then re-engaging most likely. Guys, another 3 meets there, so that'll get him pretty close to full on the armor meter. Yeah, where he gets interrupted on the 3rd meet by Sunny, a.k.a. Spanners, going to make sure that he's not able to get all the armor he wants. Does take off a little bit, so he was only filling the evolve meter. But, again, every step towards the stage 3 is so much better. We're going in right now to see what they're doing. He's looking to re-engage, though. We see him stealthing back right now, looking to get past Savvy. Does he get past Savvy? Savvy doesn't see him. He's over there behind that ledge. As we do have the little display marker. Where's Nightwayne at? Nightwayne, come on. Let's see. Do you see him? No, you're just throwing your stasis up. Going to see if it affects. Going to see him on the low ground there. Throwing out the stasis, trying to see. However, Deanimate does look like he has juke, but Nightwayne's going back. Pings are coming out. Getting to see the leap. They just heard him there and just trying to get it. They heard him walking away. They heard him smelling, so they're immediately back. Almost full on the evolve meter and almost full on the armor. So he's going to keep pushing out, get more snacks, get more food. Going to eat this Mammoth Bird, which should fill him up right now unless Nightwing can interrupt it. However, he's going to put the tracking dart in. Just wanting to make sure they know exactly where he is. Just a little sliver missing on his armor meter right now. He's going in, going to use Flame Breath on some water-bound Striders as a Tyrant comes in and gets to chop on his tail. So that's going to take a little bit of his armor off, bringing him down a little bit closer. But alas, nothing matches the power of a Mammoth Bird as a Tyrant Bite only takes off 1.5 bars. We have Deanimate, however. He's going on the eastern side on the waterfront, just trying to see what he can get. Just push around. He is right beside the Hunter team. We're probably going to see a dome right here. He's going to go inside the building. But one thing to know right now, if you look at the positioning of Nightwing, he's already ready to jetpack out. Going to throw it in to try and catch him. He's just going to keep on the outside of the dome, just right here by the doorway. That way he can shoot and interrupt. Rune is going to be the one that goes in to deal damage. However, Deanimate's going in to re-engage. Going in and picks up the rock. Goes to throw it, but it does hit the building. Breaks off into little pieces, just barely missing Spanners as it broke in half. Going in does cut off the loop in the building. However, it does actually God Dome, so Rune is actually able to fit in that scenario. But Deanimate is not. Rocket's picked up, goes for Nightwing, gets AoE damage, but that'll be quickly healed up by Savvy. Savvy's right on point with it. And here we go, more leaps. It's trying to bait him over to the Crowbill to get some assistance. Crowbill right now is now angered, going to be ready to charge at him, and Crowbill is now going to be charging towards Savvy, but Savvy's on the high ground just trying to take it out. We have Spanners doing the mini nuke damage, just trying to launch in, deal damage, but just barely getting dodged by Deanimate. He's just trying to juke, and there's the connection. He's got no more armor left after all the damage that's been pumped his way by Nightwing, Spanners, and Rune. More of these mortars getting done, going to be connecting with the roof, dealing AoE damage. Here comes the leap, connects on Savvy. Savvy's getting knocked off. We have Nightwing going on the low ground, and Spanners is left on top with Deanimate, who's actually right now going to be disengaging because that was not favorable. At half HP, going to be slowly depleting, almost at full in the Evolve meter, looking to stage. Going to fill it up right now, as he's still just a little bit short on the Evolve meter. Wasn't quite able to finish it. Going to be looking to finish up what's in the river and get that Evolve meter going. He's going to be going up the caves, and he'll be staging up in this area because he knows that it is safe for him to stage. It's also a great area for him to fight because it is smaller. It means they cannot jetpack as high to dodge. So we're looking at this right now. He is in caves. He's looking to stage up. Everything's going great in regards to his game plan, but Nightwing is in hot pursuit, looking to re-engage at this point. They are not ready to give him a free one. Rune, however, known for doing face damage when monsters are evolving. Going to be looking to get a mortar here. However, caves are going to be doing what they can to protect them. Is going to be looking at it. Is he able to get the mortar shot off? You're going to be seeing him right now, and there comes Deanimate out of it with a 3-point rock, 3-point leap, 2-point fire breath, 1 charge for his stage 3 build. We're going to take a look right now at where he's going. He's going around, wrapping around. Spanners and Rune are in the caves with Nightwing and Savvy on the outside. Spanners, however, is going to get charged out into the middle point, going to get quickly healed and shield drone, leaving Rune in the caves alone. He's only got a bar and a half, almost 2 bars of health left, armor left before he is on health damage. Rune, however, is doing a great job dodging. Here comes the leap, going to be connecting into a stealth pass, which means his teammates have to come in and save him. Going to see a shield get popped here just to make sure he doesn't go down. Monster gets captured, and it forces the Hunter team to come into the caves. However, he doesn't have shield anymore, which means the leaps are coming in, the charges are coming in, rocks are getting picked up. He's going to choose to disengage and go back over here and get some more armor quick. And the Reaver coming in and sneaks the meat off him and does actually steal it from him, so Deanimate doesn't actually get the armor out of it. Just barely looking to fit. He'll be able to climb up on the high ground and get through there, but it is just a really tight corridor for them to be able to juke in a God Dome scenario. And what I mean by God Dome is this is an area that the Hunters can fit that the Monster cannot. Going in and getting a little bit of mortar damage, and he's just trying to survive this dome because he knows that he doesn't have enough armor to take into this team. Looking to fight, trying to get everything he can. Going to be stealth pouncing on Rune, dealing damage. He's getting real low. Here comes the leap. Doesn't connect, though, and Rune has to burn his personal shield on it. Here comes the mortars, though, and they're going to be looking. Here comes the rock. Rock gets tossed. Barely able to dodge it. Rune going to have to use the God Dome, and he does, which means the Deanimate actually has to leave and go around the other way. Savvy's going to be heading towards Rune in order to make sure that he gets healed up. And he's going to be trying to top him off while Spanners is in hot pursuit with that mini nuke launcher, which is the highest damage weapon in the game with those independent shots. It is literally firing a miniature nuke from Fallout 4, if any one of you have been playing that recently. Savvy, however, is doing a great job keeping his teammates healed up. Rune's almost full, but all those tranks are coming out just to slow down Deanimate and make sure he's not able to get that much space. We're looking at 2 more meats coming out here. That'll be a good chunk of armor, and he'll actually have a good amount of health in order for it to get a stage 3 fight. Deanimate's going to be in a great position to possibly get a win here if he fights in a favorable location, or if the fight starts off in a favorable way for him, like a long distance rock throw or something to initiate. Something of that nature is going to help swing the tide in his favor. So we're going into this now. It looks like TeamYP has chosen to actually disengage, and they will be going towards the relay to set up defensively. That way they have defender's advantage. For those of you who don't know, if you've never played a game that's tactical or RTS style, there is something that's referred to as defender's advantage. In turn-based games, for instance in Risk, defenders only roll 2 dice, attackers roll 3, but defenders win in a tie. And that is defender's advantage right there. Defenders win in a tie. So, as much as you might say, hey, Defender's advantage isn't a thing, no. It definitely is a thing because they have the time to set up. They can make sure they're in a right position. They make sure the dome is placed exactly how they want it, and they can make sure that it has any loops, any god dome scenarios, or anything that they want. They can also make sure their shield drones set up and fully charged in a position that's hard for the monster to take care of. For instance, that's what you see right there on the high ground there, because that way it's protected from most of the directions. However, it is it's visible, and it does have sight lines, so it's going to be hard for the monster to run up because he can't just charge over it. He'll have to burn a rock throw, a flame breath, or he'll have to do a traversal into a punch. But it's going to be hard to get a God Dome in this scenario. There's only really a couple spots where you could get it here, but it really comes down to the positioning of Nightwing, and based off of where he is, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to, or going to be throwing that out. The Animate right now is slowly building up, looking to stealth his way in. He comes in with the first traversal. Here comes the second. Going to be using the Flame Breath immediately, going straight for Nightwing, though. Wants the man with the strike to be put in the dropship jet. And here comes the jetpack dodge coming out from the booster from Spanish. Rock gets picked up, thrown over to the shield drone. Does actually whiff it, though. Goes right past and over him. Spanish right now going to be eating that damage on the low ground. Not quite able to dodge it. He can't jetpack boost himself. Here comes the heals up from the medic. Shield drone going to be trying to keep him up, though. And here comes more punches, more flames. Everything's being thrown at Spanish, trying to keep him up. Does actually get rid of the shield drone, though. More of the mortars coming out of Rune, though. Rune's dealing tons of damage. The Animate throwing out the rock. Does connect on Rune, dealing more damage. Flame Breath being used, connects on 2, burning and melting him, but the mortars are just coming through and dealing tons of damage as Savvy's just keeping his entire team alive. Nightwing's throwing out the stasis, keeping him slowed, as just the damage from Rune and Spanish is too much for Deanimate. Going into the next round means Hunters win game 1 on this side. Deanimate has been slain. Going into the next round, making it 1-0 in favor of TeamYP on this side. But as we can see on this screen, the Hells on their team, as soon as they took damage, were immediately healed up by Savvy. Between the heal burst and the med gun, and Savvy doing everything he can to get it, and including the shielding as well, because you notice that there's little tiny bits, which means the shield drone had perfect positioning in order to make sure that regardless of Deanimate's perfect rock throws and beautiful elegance, it wasn't quite enough to get through the shield drone plus the Val heals. And if you look over here, you just see little tiny blips again on the trapper, just seeing what happens here when you are dodging effectively. As we see, the only person that got the lowest on the team was Rune when he got super low, and he relied on his shield drone in order to keep itself alive. And again, guys, so this is just the end of game 1, giving it a 1-0 lead in favor of TeamYP. We're going into the next round. So we'll be back in just a minute, guys. For those of you tuning in the VODs, this is where, you get to the next video in the playlist. For those of you watching live, this is where we do a quick fade in, fade out. We'll be back in just a minute. If you guys want to check us out, we are twitch.tv/aceeds every Sunday with more Go4Evolve content. And we'll be back next week with more of it readily available for you. And if you want to check out if you're in the live and you want to check out the VODs and see how much Evolve games, there's lots there for you. You can click the link down in the description below. So we'll be back in just a minute with the next round. See you guys in a bit.